Hey, what's up, pirates? It's your homeboy GM. Happy New Year 2019. Wishing you guys all the best for this new year. Sorry I was late for chapter 930. Babysitting my niece and family visiting, so I couldn't get some free time to do a review. And by the time now, you already know what the chapter is all about. So I decided that instead of doing a review of something that you already know, I was thinking about doing a more introspective about what's to come later on in the future of One Piece. Not too far in the future, but just about some certain things that this chapter revealed us, chapter 930, and some stuff that might happen in this arc. But before I continue, let me just remind you that it is very important to encourage the manga industry by purchasing the official releases, because a lot of people put the hard work to make those happen. You can find them online at your local bookstore, or better yet, you can even download legally the digital versions. They are even cheaper. And also, please encourage my manga project called Heart of Wildfire. The link is down below. We are already at 3%. And, one step at a time. It's going great. We got some updates, some chapters, no, sorry, some pages in production. So check it out. Share it with your friends. Donate if you can. All help is appreciated. So thank you in advance. So yeah, like I said, I miss reviewing the chapter 930 of One Piece. So instead, I decided to do something that really was noteworthy about this chapter and make an introspective towards the future about these elements. The first one was Big Mom in Wano. That was a huge reveal. Like, having a Yonkou entering another Yonkou's territory, that is such a big deal. That is the kind of thing that can provoke a war. And even you could see Kaido, he freaked out when he saw Big Mom coming in because he did not want to have her in his own territory, because that would be an all-out war, like he said. And it's like, I don't know, it's like pretty much any country invading another country without any permission, you know. So that was really a big deal. I did not expect something like that to happen. We know that Kaido and Big Mom have a great history, something that happened between the two of them. But for Big Mom to have to really go all the way from her own territory to Kaido's, that is a big deal. But there are many reasons for that. One, Zeus. Let's not forget, Zeus is still in captivity by Nami. And Nami was really pissed when Zeus tried to attack her back in the Big Mom arc. So of course, you know, she's really like, Zeus gonna be my servant and that's it. Otherwise, I'm gonna kill you some way. But I don't see how that's gonna happen. And the second reason is, of course, Luffy, because the stain that Luffy left on Big Mom's reputation, that is something that she can never ever clean off, even if she were to kill Luffy, because somebody else would try to do the same thing that Luffy did and his crew. So, of course, the reason for why Big Mom wants to get to, well, one of the reasons why she wants to get to Wano is, well, to kill off Luffy and his companion. And of course, doing that, that would just go out in a full-blown war between two Yonkous. And to be honest, I'm wondering who would win, because Kaido cannot die, and Big Mom is quite powerful into manipulating souls. So it's a kind of tie kind of match. And of course, this is the kind of news that would just ripple throughout the entire seven seas. Like the entire world would know about this battle. Like, it would be epic. It's history in the making. But here's the thing: something that Kaido and Big Mom have in common, they see Luffy as a threat. Like, these two, they want to kill Luffy. I'm not saying that they might team up to get rid of Luffy, because if the entire world is aware that two Yonkous as two Yonkou have teamed up to defeat one pirate of the worst generation, well, two if you count Law, and three if you count Kid, that would be like, that would be as if these two Yonkous were weaklings. And that is not good press for these guys. Let's not look, let's just remind ourselves that the Yonkous right now, they are the top dogs when it comes to piracy. Like they are the top pirates. Like them as weak, like them seeing, no, sorry, them being seen as weak, like even if it's a scratch, like that's a no-go. Like already, like already in the world, people are already considering Luffy as the unofficial fifth Yonkou because of everything that he did at Whole Cake Island and the whole mess he did. Like that's a huge stain on Big Mom's territory and reputation. So seeing Big Mom and Kaido teaming up, that would be a bad press. And I really don't see that happening unless one and the other have something to win in this alliance. And my guess is if such alliance must be happening, it's gonna be on the low. Like it's not gonna be directly from Yonko to Yonko. I think it will be just, their lieutenants that will make an alliance, like some of their lower class pirates in their ranks that will do the business of being allied. But it wouldn't, even at that point, it wouldn't be a big news. But to be honest, I don't see these two making an alliance because even if Luffy is allied to Law, to Kinemon, or the rebel samurais of Wano, Kid, and maybe some other War Generation members like that are part of Kaido's crew right now. But if they switch sides, I still don't see I still do not see this a big reason enough for Kaido and Big Mom to make an alliance because they're Yonkous. They're like gods of pirates. They cannot show weakness. They cannot be seen as weak. So I don't see that happening. But if that's a big if that would have happened, like it's like if that were to happen, it would be an alliance. I would say. I think that it would just be like some sort of a race to who's gonna kill him first. That's how I would see it. Like there would be a there would be a treaty of no aggression between the two crew, the two crews, but it would be a race of who's gonna kill him first, who's gonna kill Luffy and the Straw Hats first. Because at the end of the day, Luffy and the Straw Hats, they're the one messing the whole thing up for these two Yonkos. So yeah, if there is going to be an alliance between those two, I say it's more like a race who's gonna annihilate the Straw Hat crew first, with maybe a treaty of non-aggression between these two crews of Yonkous. So that's how I would see it. Something else that was really noteworthy in this chapter was the last panel. Sanji holding a piece of Gurma technology. That technology that he hated so much, now he's holding a piece of it. Back in the Big Mom arc, a lot of us readers were rating, like even though it was a great arc, we were rating for some sort of a power up coming from Sanji. I'm guessing that yes, he became more powerful, like more stronger, but not in a way that we expected. So maybe this is the power up we were expecting. I said it a long time ago in some of my reviews in the past during the Big Mom arc. Um, I feel like the experiment that Judge did on his kids that awakened some inner ability. Senji has it, like it happened to him. I get a feeling that this awakening of his powers, of inner powers, is gonna happen sooner or later. And I'm guessing that with what we've seen in this chapter at that last panel, it might be hit. But or maybe just it's gonna happen. Like we're gonna get a glimpse of it at the next chapter, but at some point, perhaps in this arc, it's gonna go full blown. Or if not, that's gonna happen in the next arc because we know that in this arc, it is centered around Zoro because all that samurai thing, the feudal Japan, it's all for Zoro. Like Big Mom, that was for Sanji. But anyways, so yeah, I do believe that for we're gonna get a glimpse of power up that we were waiting for Sanji. Like this piece of technology that is very advanced, that is very incredible. Look, I know that Senji has some inner power left and is gonna be get awakened pretty much soon in this arc. So perhaps in the next chapter, we'll see. But yeah, I do believe this is gonna happen. Something that I would love to talk about as well. Oda recently said that there's not much left of One Piece to be drawn. Like One Piece is pretty much coming to an end soon. If you are freaking out about this news, rest assured, don't freak out. Because when Oda says pretty soon, that easily means at least 5 years. All right. So, and here's another end of reassurance. One thing that Oda never leaves behind is loose ends. Like everybody has an arc that is dedicated to them. Zoro is having one, and for Wano, uh, for Big Mom, that was Sanji. Like the reunion with his family, the exploration of his past, and all that. So what's left? I would say will be Nami. Like I know that the Arlong arc was for Nami, but we still don't know where she came from. We all know that her surrogate mother, Belmare, she found her and Najiko um, in a battlefield, and Nami was a little baby, and Najiko was like what 3 or 4 years old, maybe at best. So we, at some point, we have to explore the origins of these two girls, especially Nami. Like, what happened? Like, where did she come from? What if? Here's a theory that I'm just throwing out of nowhere. What if Nami is a celestial dragon? Like, I know it's stupid. It's out of nowhere. You know what? Anything can happen in One Piece. Anything. Or best, what if she is a descendant of some kingdom that was related to the blank century? It could happen. Look, anything can happen. But sooner or later, I hope that Oda gets to explore her background story, where she came from. Like not just Belmer fighting her and Nojiko in a washed up battlefield. No, more than that. We need to know what happened to her parents. Like how did she come? How was she found? And all that. If I'm calculating this right, uh, I said that for Nami. Brook, that's pretty much Brook. We already explored his past. I think that the only thing that needs to be done is him being reunited with Laboon. Chopper, uh, again, full circle. The only thing that he needs to do is becoming the proud, renowned doctor and found the medicine to cure all disease, like he promised to his mentor, Dr. Iluluk. Um, Luffy fighting One Piece, he's pretty done with that. Well, not now, but that's the goal that he needs to reach. Zoro, Wano is his arc. Like something that I would love to explore about Zoro is a little bit more about his origins. His origins, maybe not so, but something about Tashigi. Like, look, I don't look. I know I said that before. I even made a video about this, and I was a bit pretty late about talking about that. But Tashigi and his childhood friend, they're both connected somehow. They, I don't believe. I do not believe that Oda made Tashigi a lookalike of Zo's childhood friend just just for the sake of it. Like something must be related between those two. Long lost twin sisters. I don't know. Uh, Governmental experience. Look, I just don't buy it. Like something must be linking Tashigi to Zoro's childhood and his best friend who we grew up with, Quina. Yeah, that's her name, I believe. So yeah, something is connected between those two. What? Only the future will tell. But I think that for Zoro, that maybe that mystery is left to be resolved before he can finally accomplish his goal into becoming the world's best swordsman by defeating Mihawk. Robin, Robin, she needs to find the history behind the blank century. How about a background story? I think that it's pretty much well explored, and I don't think that we need to explore more than that. maybe we might explore what is who is her dad. But even at that point, I don't think that's very necessary unless her dad is something very important, a key character into the One Piece lore. I would love to explore what happened during the 2 year gap. Like, what did she learn from being a revolutionary soldier at Dragon's side? So what I'm wondering is, how come we haven't explored that yet? Like, I want to know what happened, like what Robin explored with Dragon being Luffy's dad, you know? So, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna come sooner or later. But for Robin, as what's left to accomplish before the end of the series, it's pretty much that. Said Nami. Oh, Nami. Returning to Nami world map. She needs to do that as well. Oh, Sanji fighting All Blue. I got. Speaking of the All Blue, I have a feeling that All Blue might be the last entrance, the last spot before fighting One Piece. I feel like this is gonna be the last barrier for before getting to Raftel. I don't know how, but I feel like these two might be connected. Frankie, he would just wanted to be on board of the ship that will be on the same level as the Otto Jackson, the ship that Gold Roger had. And speaking of the Otto Jackson, where is it? Like, a ship as legendary as it is must be somewhere intact. And what better place to search for this monumental and legendary ship than Raftel? It could be that. But at the same time, if it was at Raftel, how did Roger's crew came back from it without no ship, you know? So that would be far fetched. But I hope we get to see at least one time the ship of Raftel. I mean, not just in a small flashback, but the actual grandeur of this ship. Like, I'm just going through every crew members. I'm pretty sure Jinbei as well. But Jinbei, I think for him, it's more about you know, making sure that Luffy becomes the Pirate King. He has done because Luffy has done so much for Fishman Island. So for Jinbei, it's like his way of returning the favor by joining Luffy's crew and helping him becoming the Pirate King. I think overall, Chopper, Usopp, and even him. I think that for Usopp, um, his goal was to become a brave warrior of the sea. And to be honest, from my point of view, despite him being sometimes being a coward or running away, something like that, when it comes down to it, Usopp is always there for his friends. So in my book, he's already a brave warrior to see. Like, I know that he wants to prove himself to be more valuable than he already is, but in terms of personal goals, he's probably the closest one in terms of that. Because for me, he has accomplished so much, and I know that he can reach a higher level than that. But for me, he is already a brave warrior of the sea. So overall, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, and about the possible futures of the Straw Hats and all that. I still believe we're gonna get a new female character officially joining the pirate crew of the Straw Hats. It could be Rabbit. I mean, she's pretty much part of the crew at that point. Um, and let's not forget, if you observe the entire crew of the Straw Hats, like, we got humans, we have a living skeleton, we got a fishman. So why not a mink? And speaking of minks, well, why not Rabbit? Man, she's already there. She's done so much already. She's a powerhouse, by the way. So why not? So anyways, let me know if you have something to say about what I just said. Tell me your thoughts. And I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks for chapter 931. In the meantime, please, pirates, do me a favor for your homeboy. Take care of yourselves. See ya!